other person who's made a big contribution to the Rajasthan Royals, and he also would have featured on that second graphic that we brought you at the start of the show, as in players who didn't make it to the Indian squad for the ICC World T20, but still he's an integral part of their team. Let's find out more about Munaaf Patel.
The slow-moving traffic on the torn-out roads of Ikhar village in Gujarat lead us to this house. Yes, it doesn't look like the foundation home of an international cricketer, but believe it or not, within these four walls, a dream in those light eyes was born. Munaaf Patel's work wasn't to thud the high parts of a batsman's bat like these kids who are now following his footsteps. Rather, it was to fight hard for more than 12 hours a day in a tiles factory to earn a meager 1,200 rupees a month. But Munaaf, when in the cricket field, did adhere to some work ethics, like following this ritual prior to the game. And people who saw him in this park had a belief that the lazy-looking lad who would disappear quite frequently from his school's corridors will play for India one day.
हमें तो पहले से उम्मीद थी क्योंकि उनकी गेंदबाजी में इतनी रफ्तार थी. हम सब पहले से उम्मीद रखते थे कि अगर उस पर कोई थोड़ी बहुत मेहनत करने वाला मिल जाए तो वो एक इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेटर गेंदबाजी करके बन सकता है.
Sadly, injuries plagued him, and although Munaaf said his prayers 5 times a day, but the Lord Almighty wasn't too kind on him. His old friend Ismail, whom he addresses as Ismail Bhai, tells us why he has never been a guy who would lose his sleep over people's criticism.
इसका एक पहले से ये हैबिट रही है, ले ऑफ बोलते हैं ना कि बस वो एक गांव से आया लड़का है, ऐसा एटीट्यूड उसके बाय नेचर एटीट्यूड उसका, नॉट कि उसने ऐसा कर लिया है या इंडिया खेलने के बाद ऐसा हुआ है. जब से इंडिया नहीं खेल रहा था या कोई रणजी ट्रॉफी लेवल नहीं खेला, यही एटीट्यूड पहले से उसका.
It is indeed the village space that runs in Munaaf's veins. Perhaps that is why he has built his brand new palace in the village itself rather than moving out to a town where he could have afforded a house easily. But it is incorrect for critics to judge him, as it is commendable to spend 3 years with a captain like Shane Warne, who demands high level of commitment. And even if he may not be in the playing 11 of the team, Munaaf is enjoying his stint with the Royals, as he is being pampered as the man for the job by Warne. Maybe the Indian team management can learn a few tricks from Warne to get the best out of Munaaf. But even if they don't learn it, Munaaf will keep inspiring these bowlers in Ikhar to dream the unthinkable.
Yes, we remember when he first came on the scene, he was really looked at as the fastest bowler in India. That's the tag he had got. But his friend Ismail there, I think the term he was looking for was laid back, and he started saying lay off. But I think lay off is what's happened to Munaaf.
Well, unfortunately, it happens to every cricketer. You have some bad run of form, you have form dips, and then you bounce back as well. Currently, Munaaf, unfortunately, is going through a bad run of form, but he's a far better bowler than what the kind of talent we've seen, or the kind of performances that he's been putting up. Speeds of excess 145 when he earlier came onto the scene in first-class cricket. That's when I played with him as well. But unfortunately, with the injuries, Gautam, every year his speed has started to dip down. But the consistency of hitting good area is still there.